Keswick town to Borrowdale beneath the loudly door. I take me team through Derwentville, me staunch and dauntless four. By Falcon Crag and Castle Hill, lead bars lift and swing, and step in with the right goodwill, they make the lake road ring. By Farm and Church and Lawn Hotel, they thread the narrowing way, till rising upward peak and fell, close round us gaunt and grey. Then it's up the arduous pass they go, their shoulder collars strained, till Class Thatchwood left below, the crown at last is gained. Down High Crag of Hollister, the tinkling Slatestone falls, for where unseen the warrior toils on its steep grey walls. And circling around its rampart crest, the great oaks dive and climb into an ending mountain quest that takes no heed of time. Shadows on the peaks of blue and rockery beams of black, we sink the hill with chain and shoe and collars riding slack, till safely down through dark Cropslate, team with jingling gay, take up the road through bank and gate that leads to Buttermere. Watered and rested, groomed and fed, once more with straining bars, we face the winding steeps ahead as if to climb to the stars. Once more the high tops left and right, once more the mists of blue, once more the pause upon the height, once more the chain and shoe. And see we pass through the hills, the chanted slopes on either hand, till swinging down through fold and farm, come back to planted land. And then through the shades of Portinskill, by Greta's guiding stream, children on the pathway hail me tide and tossing team. I but there a pride to Hodden keep, and never trust a bear. The road was long, the passage steep, and each just pulled his share. And our heads high with quickened pace, arched necks and lifted knee, they thunder through the marketplace as proudly as you please. And from Keswick town to Windermere, round the Thirlmere ring, from Bassenthwaite to Bonus Bay, the carburettor's king. Ah, but we can go where the engines fail and conquer us the crest. We rule the road through Borrowdale to where the brown hogs nest.
Here's 2 or 3 jolly boys all in one mind. We have come a pace again, we hope you'll prove kind. We hope you'll prove kind with your eggs and strong beer. We'll come no more nigh you until the next year. The first that comes in is Lord Nelson, you see, with a bunch of blue ribbons tied down to his knee. There's a star on his breast, like diamonds do shine. He's come a pace again, it's pace again time. The next that you see is our jovial Jack Tar, who fought for Lord Nelson all during last war. He fought for his king and his country so good. He fought for Lord Nelson when he shed his blood. The next that comes in is our Bessie Brownbags. For the sake of her money she goes in old rags. She's plenty of money and plenty in store. She comes along with us in hopes to get more. The next that comes in is our Tosspot, you see. He's a valiant old fellow in every degree. He's a hump on his back and he wears a pigtail, and all his delight is in drinking mulled ale. So here we all are, full 5 in a row, a set of jolly sailors as ever you saw. Neither money nor eggs us will not refuse, we come a pace again, we are not to choose. So ladies and gentlemen sat around the fire, put your hands in your pockets, that's all our desire. Put your hands in your pockets and see us all right. If you give nought, we'll take nought. Farewell and good night.
Oh, what's the matter with you, me lass? And where's your dashing Jimmy? Oh, the soldier boys have picked him up and sent him far, far from me. Last pity he went into town, and them red-coated fellas enticed him in and made him drunk, and he'd better gone to the gallows. The very sight of his cockade, it set us all a-crying, and me, I nearly fainted twice. I found that I was a-dying. Me father would have paid the smart, and he run for the golden guinea. But the sergeant swore he'd kissed the book, so now they've got young Jimmy. When Jimmy talks about the wars, it's worse than death to hear him. Well, I must go out and hide me tears, because I cannot bear him. A brigadier, a grenadier, he sends the show to make him. And he jibes and cracks a joke and begs me not forsake him. As I walked o'er the stubble field, below it runs the same. Well, I think of Jimmy, you in there, but it was all a dream. He hewn the very coals we burn, and when the fire has lighting, to think the coal was in his hand, well, it sets me heart a-beating. So break my heart and then it's all, oh, break my heart, me dearie. And I lie in the cold green ground, for a single life I'm weary.
A German clock winder to Egremont came. Benjamin Snoop was the young German's name. All day long he would ring on his bell, any clocks for to mend he would thunder and yell, with his toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lie-ay, toodle-lie-oodle-lie, oodle-lie-ay, with his toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lie-ay. I winds him by night and I mends him by day. There was a young lady of Finsbury Square who said that her clock was in need of repair. Up came the German, and to her delight, in less than 5 minutes he put a clock right, with his toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lie-ay, toodle-lie-oodle-lie, oodle-lie-ay, with his toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lie-ay. I winds him by night and I mends him by day. Now they went in the parlour to look at the clock. All of a sudden there came a loud knock. In came her husband, and great was the shock to find the young German winding up his wife's clock, with his toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lie-ay, toodle-lie-oodle-lie, oodle-lie-ay, with his toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lie-ay. I winds him by night and I mends him by day. The husband he said, "How is this, Mary Ann? You always invite another young man to wind up the clock and leave me on the shelf. If your clock wants winding, I'll wind it myself. With me toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lie-ay, toodle-lie, oodle-lie, oodle-lie-ay. With me toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lama-lama, toodle-lie-ay. I wind them by night and I mend them by day."
A brisk young sailor courted me. He robbed me of my liberty and my right goodwill. I must confess I love him still. There is an alehouse in the town where my love goes and sits him down, and he pulls a strange girl all on his knee. And isn't that a grief to me? A grief to me, and I'll tell you why. Because she has more gold than I, but the gold it'll waste and the beauty blast, and he'll come to a poor girl like me at last. I wish my baby it was born, sat smiling on its nurse's knee, and I myself was in my grave with the green grass growing over me. I wish, but it's all in vain. I wish I was a maid again, but a maid again I never will be, till an apple grows on an orange tree.
They buried him on the mountainside, King Dunmail, where he fought and died. But Mountain Mere and more again shall see King Dunmail come to reign. Mantle and mail repose his bones, 12 cubits deep beneath the stones, but many a fathom deeper down in Grisdall Mere lies Dunmail's crown. There in that lone and lofty dell, keep silent to watch the sentinel. 1,000 years his lonely rounds have traced unseen the water's bounds. His challenge shocks the startled waste, still answered from the hills with haste, as passing pilgrims come and go from heights above or vales below. When waning moons have filled their year, a stone from out that lonely mere, down to the rock he raises borne, by martial shades with spear and horn, as crashes on the pile of stone, the echoes to the king make known, how still their faithful watch they hold, King Grisdall o'er his crown of gold. And when the race has reached its song, and will the brave King of Dunmail come, and all his warriors marching down the dell bear back his golden crown, and Dunmail mounted round and mailed, again shall Cumbria's King be hailed, and all his hills and valleys reign, where Eildon's heights are field and plain.
My love built me a bonny bower, and clad it all with lily flower. A braw bower I ne'er did see than my true love he built for me. There came a man by middle day, he spied his sport and went away. He brought the king at dead of night, who broke my bower and slew my knight. He slew the knight, me say dear, he slew my knight and pawned his gear. My servants all for life did flee, and left me in extremity. I sewed his sheets, mack in my mane, I watched his corpse myself alone. I watched his body night and day, nay living creature came that way. I took his body on my back, and times I gaed and times I sat. I digged a grave when I laid him in, and hacked him with the sword sae green. And thinking not my heart was sore as I laid the mould on his yellow hair, and thinking not my heart was woe as I turned about away to go. Nay, living man I'll love again, since that my lovely knight is slain. With a lock of his yellow hair I'll chain my heart forevermore.
Tarry woo, tarry woo, tarry woo is ill to spin, and card it well, card it well, card it well ere ye begin. When 'tis carded, rode and spun, then the work it hastens done. But when woven, dressed and clean, it now be clad in for a queen. Sing me bonny harmless sheep that feed upon the mountain steep, bleating sweetly as ye go through the winter's frost and snow. Heart and hind and fallow deer not be half so useful law. Prickings to him who hodds the plough, we're all obliged to tarry woo. Up, ye shepherds, dance and skip o'er the hills and valleys strip. Sing the praise of tarry woo, sing the flocks that bear it too. Harmless creatures without blame, that glad the back and cram the whim. Keep us warm and hearty, fool, ease me on the tarry woo. How happy is a shepherd's life, far free courts and free from strife, while the gimmers bleat and bay, and the lambkins answer may. No such music to his ear, of thief or fox he has no fear. Sturdy Kent and collie too, well defends the tarry woo. He lives content and envies none, not even a monarch on his throne. Though he the royal sceptre sways, he has no sweeter holidays. Who'd be a king can only tell, when a shepherd sings so well, sings so well, and pays his due with honest heart and tarry woo. Tarry woo, tarry woo, tarry woo is ill to spin. Card it well, card it well, card it well ere ye begin. When 'tis carded, rode and spun, then the work it hastens done. But when woven, dressed and clean, it now be clad in for a queen.
and the lion shall be lord of all. She leaned her back against a thorn. The sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, and there she has her young babe born, and the lion shall be lord of all. Smile not so sweet, my bonny babe, the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, and you smile so sweet you'll smile me dead, and the lion shall be lord of all. She's howked a grave by the light of the moon. The sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, and she's buried her sweet babe in, and the lion shall be lord of all. As she was going to the church, the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall. She saw a sweet babe in the porch, and the lion shall be lord of all. Oh, bonny babe, if you were mine, the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall. I'd clad you in silk and sapoline, and the lion shall be lord of all. Oh, mother mine, when I was thine, the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall. To me you were not half so kind, and the lion shall be lord of all. But now I'm in the heavens high, the sun shines fair on Carlisle wall, and you have the pains of hell to die, and the lion shall be lord of all.
It's of an American frigate called the Richard by name, mounted 44 guns, and from New York she came, a-cruising down the channel of old England's fame, with a noble commander, Paul Jones was his name. We had not cruised long before to sail with spies, a large 44 under 20 likewise, and 50 bright shipping well loaded with store, and the convoy stood in for the Cumberland shore. About the hour of 12 we came alongside, with a loud speaking trumpet, whence came you, he cried, come answer me quickly, I'll hail you no more, or else a broadside into you I will pour. We fought them for glasses so hot, till 65 seamen lay dead on the spot, and 75 more lay bleeding in gore, while the thundering loud cannons of Paul Jones did roar. Our carpenter being frightened to Paul Jones did say, our ship she leaks water since firing today, Paul Jones then made answer in the height of his pride, if we can't do no better, boys, we'll sink alongside. Paul Jones he then smiled and to his men did say, let every man stand to the best of his play. 'Twas broadside for broadside we fought on the main, like true buckskin heroes we returned it again. The Serapis hove round our ship for to rake, which made the proud hearts of the Englishmen ache. The shot flew so hot they could not stand it long, so the brave British colours of the English came down. And now, my brave boys, we have taken a rich prize, a large 44 and a 20 likewise. God help every poor mother that has reason to weep for the loss of her sons on the ocean so deep. Oh, farewell to the miner, his race it is run. Now the pits are all closing, his judgment is come. He'll face unemployment as reward for his toil, for sweating and straining in a mere 3-foot hole. As the days of the steam engine fade in the past, oh, the mining went on in the hope it would last. For the earth's rich in jewels, black diamonds are there, but in hard economics such fancy is rare. Oh, just look at our landscape where the mining went on, where the slag stands to remind us of an industry gone, where the pulley wheels rattle and the pit sirens scream, and the colliers were lowered to hew at the seam. There were heroes and villains, explosions and falls, but you must feed your family when necessity calls. No nationalization stops progress in time, so farewell to the men who worked in the mines.
Cries who feasted on the field, saying green moss and heather bands will never clean your wounds. There's none but the maid of the winding mere can help the heel unsooned. Then Coswell, my brindled hounds, and fetch me the mountain hare, whose coat is as grey as the West water and as white as the lily fair, who said green moss and heather bands will never staunch the flood. There's none but the witch of the Westmorlands can save thy dear life's blood. Then turn your Sallion's head till his red mane flies in the wind, and the rider all the moon goes by and the bright star falls behind. Clear was the paly moon when his shadow passed him by. Below the hill was the brightest star, and he heard the howlet cry, saying, why do you ride this way, and wherefore can ye hear? I seek the witch of the Westmorlands who dwells by the winding mere. Then fly free a good grey hawk to gather the golden rod, and face your horse into the clouds above yon gay green wood. dusty Breakford way, till through the cleft of the Kirkstone, past the winding water lay. He said, lie down, my brindled hounds, and perch my good grey hawk, and ye my steed may graze, I feel, for I must dismount and walk. But come when ye hear my horn, and answer swift the call, for I fear the sun shall arise this morning, ye may serve me best of all. Down to the water's brim he bore the rowan shield, and the golden rod he has cast in to see what the lake might yield. And where rose she from the lake, fast and fleet gat she, one half the form of a maiden fair, and a jet black mare's body. Long, loud and shrilly he blew, till his steed was by his side. High overhead his grey hawk flew, and swiftly he did ride, saying, course well, my brindled hounds, and fetch me the jet black mare. Stoop and strike, my good grey hawk, and bring me the maiden fair. Who said, pray sheath thy silvery sword, and lay down thy rowan shield, for to see by the briny blood that flows you've been wounded in the field. She stood in a gown of the velvet blue, bound round with a silver chain. She kissed his pale lips once and twice, and 3 times round again. She's bound his wounds with the golden rod, full fast in her arms he lay, and he has risen healed and soon with the sun high in the day. She said, ride with your brindled hounds at heel, and your good grey hawk in hand. There's none can harm the knight who's kissed by the witch of the Westmoreland.